Hello everybody, and today we're going to be doing a little tutorial on how to decal OG style clones using Jonak Toys decals. No, just a fair warning, I'm going to be honest with you, decaling is a good option because it's cheap. However, this is actually quite expensive. Well, it depends on, it's pretty cheap for a clone, especially a custom clone, but just for decal, it's pretty expensive. Now, this mostly comes to the reason, this is mostly just because of the helmet. However, if you do want to just get like a fake Lego helmet, that will work too. Just like a fake OG style Lego helmet, that'll work too. So the materials you need, and this is just a demonstration, and this video will be purely like just talking about ARC troopers, just because I just did this like cool experiment with fives yesterday. And yeah, the body's a bit damaged, but that's alright. So yeah, this is just covering ARC troopers. I probably will have other videos on not ARC troopers, so yeah. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So starting off, you just want to need a decal sheet from Jonak Toys. Now, this is 2020 style. It doesn't need to be 2020 style. It can be pretty much any style you want. And yeah, so you're going to cut out certain parts, which I will show you, and you will need plain Phase 2 boy from 2005, I believe. Also, if it's not obvious, you should probably know how to decal like some basic figures before you do this. You're also going to need water ends, like small scissors I recommend, so yeah. And do this in like a pretty good space, and you will not need a knife for this because hip carving is not necessary, as the early 2005 figures did not have leg prints. Now, after you've cut out all of these parts here, you pretty much want to put them into water, but yeah, so I just showed an ARC trooper just because why not, but essentially what I did here is I just cut out all the unique prints from the torso and the helmet, and yeah, again, you don't need to do the legs because it's an OG clone and they don't have leg printing, and you also don't need to do like this little, like the breather part and the visor part, as the Phase 2, these are actually, they already have them, you could see there. So yeah, just throw them into your water there and let them like just sit in there for like 5 seconds, and you could do them one at a time. And while you're doing this, go ahead and take apart your figure and place it accordingly on like a kind of a paste plate here. There we are. Just put the helmet kind of and the head on like a 1x1 brick, and just take the arms off torso, as it's way easier, and kind of don't want the seal to ruin the arms as well, and just put the legs and arms aside. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and put our stuff into water and start applying it. Go ahead and just apply the armor plate. This is again just for ARC troopers because this tutorial is focusing on ARC troopers, accordingly onto the torso. Just kind of center it nicely. This one's not that hard to center because it's just it's really easy to line up with the middle. And yeah, after you've done that, go ahead and sponge it off a bit. Just press down the sponge lightly on the torso. This is done just so like it sticks nicely, and there we go. So yeah, looks nice. And let's move on to the helmet. And you do not have to do anything to the back because it's already printed. And Echo, as you will see, has just for this example, has just a plain backside, as well as Fives, who I will showcase later. Yeah, so yeah, you could skip ahead later if you just want to see the figures showcased. So yeah. For the helmet, there are 4 different parts, and they're pretty much divided into 2 subgroups. There's this, which goes on top, and this, which also goes on the top, which I will be doing, and these 2, which go on like kind of the cheek parts here. You could see, yeah, on the side there. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to show you guys how to apply those. After you've aligned this part nicely, I actually do have a note to make. I'm just going to do it while I show this part here. So yeah, you just want to put that on there. And I just want to say, I like halfway filming through this video, I realized that probably a realistic style of decals would be a better, probably the best one to use, just because it is actually what the clones were based off of, because back then we only had Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones, so therefore there was no Clone Wars to make animated style of. So yeah, let's show off the rest of the helmet. Here's the top of the helmet, not much to say, just showing you guys how you should apply it, and let's move on to the cheek parts. When you have completed the helmet, it should look something like this. Now, this cheekbones, like the cheek part, like the cheek decals aren't gonna perfectly work with these helmets, but if you seal them, they'll pretty much just stick to it, and it'll be fine. As long as they have some symmetrical alignment, they should look good. And obviously, if you have decals, you know that next you have to seal it, or, well, now of course it's too late, but, or you could have applied some, the micro sole. So I'm gonna go seal this, and I'll be back with the final model in like 1 second, because you guys are watching this, but obviously it'll be like 2 or 3 hours for me. I don't know if I have to explain this or not, but in case you guys don't know, if to make your decal stay on your thing, it has to sit for around, you have to pretty much just get like this spray called sealant. I get Rust-Oleum personally, and you just spray it on your decals and let it rest in your garage, and use a mask because apparently the chemicals are toxic, and I've inhaled like a ton of them. I'm fine, but you never know. So yeah, always seal your decals. Okay, here's the finished product. Alright, so here we have the final model, and I know I did kind of a big time skip and I switched rooms, but essentially, the last step, I guess, is to put the figure together after 2-3 hours of it sealing. Yeah, I had a bit of a tragedy with my sealant. I dropped it on the floor of my garage, and it may have broke. The cap may have broke, so I had to kind of just like spray it like really. It was like a really thick line of spray, and it kind of oversealed the body of this, but yeah, just like, oh, that is a lot of glare. But yeah, it's not like too noticeable unless you have like really good lighting. But yeah, essentially there was a tutorial. You could see I actually had to finish the helmet with micro sole. I should have probably done that from the beginning because it looks so clean and like so nice. But yeah, you could see the 5s here. Essentially really good figures, and I really like these. Now this was actually inspired by Crocodile clones, and I actually got a commission from him for like these OG style clones back here, which I probably will go over in another video, but I have like 12 of them just sitting back there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and hope this video helps you out. Make sure to tell me which clones you want to see next in the OG style, because I definitely will hopefully get around to doing those. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out of here. Bye.